tell me a bit about your startup.
Sure. Bia is the classic necessity is the mother of invention kind of startup. My girlfriend and I were both looking for sports training watches to help us in our own athletic pursuits.
Right.
Ordered everything on the market from Amazon, REI, or like really 10 different products, returned them all.
Oh, wow.
They all were too big, too heavy, super ugly, really hard to use. I was like, seriously? Is this the only options out there? So we're like, well, we can clearly make something better, right? I mean, just sit around your kitchen table every morning and say, you know what, I can make a better consumer electronic product than Garmin or Nike. Sure, why not? The idea has really expanded beyond that. You know, what we saw more broadly was there's this whole movement of people that are a little bit older, you know, in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, rediscovering their inner athlete.
Yeah.
The training tools for them to do that are online right now are really geared towards either the data geek or the uber competitive. You know, we talked to hundreds of people, mostly women, and what we heard back is, I want the data. It helps motivate me. It helps keep me inspired. It helps me perform better, which makes me feel great about myself.
Great.
But I don't have time for technology that gets in the way of my workout. So, you know, what Bia has evolved into is an online training site that uses a different model of motivation, and then this wearable self-tracking device.
Oh, wow.
So,
that sounds cool. I think I'll have to get one because I know I struggle with the one I had.
See, ours are just gorgeous.
Oh,
plus
wow.
easy to use, plus super tough, tells you what you need to know. So,
wow, fabulous.
Yeah.
So tell me, you mentioned that you had some challenges trying to raise angel investment, I gather, at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, tell me about some of those challenges and stories.
Well, you know, it's really funny because whenever you talk to someone about, you know, what angel should we talk to, who would be interested in this, they always say, well, find someone passionate about the problem you're solving because angel investing is emotional driven. So I was like, yeah, can you find me that list of female angels who are also marathon runners? It's not a very long list. And like one of the names on it is Oprah, which is not the easiest person to get to. So it's been a struggle finding the right group of investors that make that emotional connection.
Got it.
And that have the stomach to do something so early stage.
Right.
I think our problem is definitely compounded by the hardware.
And were you able to get in to actually see any investors? Like, how did that go?
Oh my God! You know, this is the great part, right? My whole career has been in Silicon Valley. You know, I've made the rounds of the VC firms. You know, looking for jobs. I had a whole summer where they were trying to place me at CEOs of companies. So that's my network.
Okay.
And so it's been really easy to get any meeting we wanted. But then you walk in there and it's like, pattern matching radar goes all bonkers, right? Wait a minute, she's everything we want on paper, but she showed up with, big strappy sandals and a tan, and she's talking in words we don't understand all the time because, we communicate a different way. So a little bit of pattern matching mess up.
Okay.
It was also interesting, too. I think, my biggest takeaway is on the consumer internet front, dude, if a woman, if it's about beauty or babies, trust the women. They know what they're doing. You're a woman that comes in talking about sports. It doesn't matter the market data, the anecdotes about my market. It's all questioned because it doesn't jive with how the guy sees things.
Right.
Are we okay?
Yeah.
There was a few, I remember 2 specific conversations where I just had to stop the conversation. I was getting asked questions on features and functions and getting like negative pushback, and I had to say, stop. I'm answering no to all your questions because you're asking the wrong questions. You didn't hear what I said. My target market thinks differently. They don't want to compete. They don't want to be king of the hill. They don't want to be Captain Awesome. They don't care about beating someone else. They want to find other women to go do their passionate thing with. And here's the motivation they get out of it. So it's a whole different set of needs this market has, which doesn't jive with how the person across the table thinks.
So what I'm hearing is that the investors are really not in touch with your market, really.
Right, but they think it's a market they know something about because they do sports too, so they're questioning the hard facts and the research
assumptions
and the story we're bringing, the assumptions and the narrative we're bringing to the table, and they're like, that just doesn't work for me.
Okay, so you didn't actually find any girl bias, but it was just more this dissync with the actual target market.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
which
Okay.
was pretty interesting. The ones, the ones that we did the best with, that either ended up investing a smaller amount or got the closest,
Right.
were the ones that had wives that were runners.
Oh.
We were with one firm. We got incredibly close. Like the term sheet was on the table in a folder.
And you were getting excited.
That was the firm that one of the junior partners was assistant coach of the Stanford women's cross country team. He showed the team pictures of our product. They got all giddy and excited. And they were like, dude, these women might be onto something here that we don't understand, but we're getting squeals. They're squealing with delight.
Interesting.
Something's happening here.
Interesting.
So that's where we've made the most emotional connection, where they could go home and back to their personal lives and see women react. And then they started to hear the same things we hear, which is, I hate those products. They hurt my wrist. They look ugly. They're too hard to use. All the same stuff we were hearing, they were now hearing from people that they cared about.
Interesting. And so what was your solution? You said you sort of gave up there with the angel investors at this point.
We've got a group of angels who are in the deal, but it's not going to get us where we need to go. Because in all honestly, we're doing hardware. It takes a certain amount of money to do that.
Yes, of course.
So we've been really encouraged by both the success we've seen with Pebble, as well as the journey they've been on.
Right.
They had trouble raising venture money for hardware as well. So it wasn't just us, right?
Yeah, it's not about being a gal.
Right, exactly. It was, all right, hardware, everyone's still sort of stepping back from it.
Yeah, of course.
So they just did $10 million on Kickstarter. We've got a gorgeous product.
Incredible story they had. Yeah.
Why shouldn't we try to do the same thing?
Fabulous.
So
you're going to do that?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. It's like jumping and learning your wings on the way down.
Oh yeah, and a lot of hard work, but I'm sure you're up for it.
We've been working our butts off for the last month to get everything lined up, because that all or nothing funding model and that 30 days.
Yes.
Like you've got to run as fast as you can and hit it on all stops.
Yeah.
So we go live on Kickstarter on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Sort of juggle with our press and our bloggers.
Yes.
And here's how I'm feeling about it, right? Kickstarter is not necessarily our core demographic, right? The people that funded, Pebble all read Engadget. They're tech geeks. They're super early adopters.
Yes.
That's not our target market. My target market actually looks like Pinterest. Our users are from the middle of the country as much as the coasts. So we have to do some education about Kickstarter. Yeah. We love it because it's tied to their Amazon account. They can understand that. Oh, good. Amazon. Yeah, I understand. I feel safe.
Yeah.
So while there's some worry about that and really getting that critical mass around this new idea of giving money and then getting a thank you gift much later, with the product, at the same time, it's the perfect way for us to launch, because we have a really passionate market that operates completely off of, word of mouth.
Okay. And,
what we saw when we launched our online site was that there was this resonance with the brand. Someone realizes that me at 30, at 40, at 50, at, 20 pounds overweight, as, not perfect, is actually an athlete. Because I run every day, I do marathons, I do triathlon. Someone was recognizing these women as an athlete. And they were so thrilled. We were getting love notes for weeks after we launched.
That's so great.
So we're hoping to tap into some of that brand energy.
Yes, yeah.
To really get this thing to go viral and get the support we need.
Yep. And I'm sure, too, the fact that you're a female co-founder, I'm sure all the female entrepreneurial community and female VCs will be behind you, too.
We're counting on them, right? We are counting on them.
Well, good luck, and we'll put the URL for you, and you'll have to give us an update about how the project goes.
Oh, you bet I will. Thank you so much.
Okay.